welcome to the FirstPro Awards 2020, live from the headquarters of Band, Hatton and Button. It's not quite Caesar's Palace, it's not even Coombe Abbey, but they've got a super fast broadband. And in this day and age, that's what really counts. There won't be any dropping out today. Anyway, welcome. Here we are at last. Of course, we were postponed from earlier in the year. I'm Dave Sharp. I'll be your host today. I would have been your host back then. Actually, perhaps not, because back in March, I also had coronavirus, one of the first people to get it, and I was quite ill, so I wouldn't have been there anyway, but I'm here now, and so are you. Right now, the most important thing to do today is join in. I want you to join in. We're going to use the chat. You can network in there, say hi, tell us where you are, tell us what you're wearing. Ian's in a kilt. Just chat there. But here's the thing. I've always wanted to be a bit of a quiz show, game show, chat show host. So I'm going to get a little question running and you can contribute in the chat. And it's called Who Knew? Now, I set this running a little while ago, got some of the sponsors to contribute as well. I want you to do the same in the chat. So I'll give you an example. Daphne sent me a Who Knew, and they said, "Hi Dave, Brian King, ex-partner, is the cousin of 1980s pop star Paul King, who had a UK #2 hit with Love and Pride. Who knew?" Get the idea? I'll give you another quick one. Trudy Leahy, the outsourcing and payroll manager at Daphne's. She lived across the road from Ian Beale from EastEnders. Who knew? You get the idea. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we are here for the awards, and they wouldn't have taken place without our sponsors, our wonderful sponsors. So I'm going to go straight in and thank our headline sponsor, of course, first, which is Prime Accountants Group. Most of you will know Jamie Skeldon. He's a member of the board as well. Thank you, Jamie. He's a West Ham fan. We won't hold that against him. I was going to say he's a rubbish golfer, but I've been corrected. Apparently he plays off 2. So that's amazing. He's not playing at the moment, socially distanced as we are. But thank you to Prime Accountants. Thanks to all our sponsors. I have them written down here, and I'm not going to miss any of them out. So City Fibre, sponsors of the best uses technology. Yay, well done to you. Integrity Wealth Solutions. They have got the contribution to the Community Award sponsorship. Yep, well done to you. HB&O. They are Deal of the Year, which includes property. Thanks for your sponsorship, guys. Nimbus sponsoring the new and emerging startup award. Thank you to Nimbus. Shakespeare Martineau for the People Excellence Award. Daphne's sponsoring the Team of the Year category, and the Coventry and Warwickshire LEP sponsoring the 2020 Young Professional of the Year, and of course, Bond's Company and the Band Hatton Button sponsoring the Outstanding Achievement Award. And you can find out about all of our sponsors on the FirstPro page of the Coventry Warwickshire First website. Now, you mentioned earlier, John, that we're here at your headquarters. You've been thrown into the deep end. Today, you are my deck, if I am ant, on these awards. Welcome to you.
I'd just like to remind you, Dave, you're the professional in this. I'm here to announce the awards. I do the formal bits. You do the.
You do.
Yeah.
You do. I've got a Who Knew, actually, from one of those sponsors. I know you want to say something about the sponsors as we go along. Prime Accountants, who are our headline sponsors. Did you know they filled in the first ever electronic corporation tax return in the UK? Who knew, John? Useful information for you. Anyway, John, have you got a Who Knew for me? There must have been something in your past.
Well, there has, and well, it's a bit more of a who noticed, I'm afraid, a bit more name dropping. But 3 or 4 years ago, when I attended a business event at the Shard, there was a mix-up over some confusion over the name badges, and I was introduced as His Grace, the Most Reverend, the Archbishop of Canterbury. But still, it was one of those spoonerism things, I think, because the real Justin Welby was either too polite or didn't notice or didn't care. So no harm done.
We'll call you Your Grace. Julie McGarrigle has just said hello, Ant and Deck. So I think this is going to stick. Obviously, John, as chair of Coventry Warwickshire First, there was a lot going on before lockdown, before the epidemic. Tell us a little bit about what you were up to prior to March this year.
I guess the answer is we were doing normal things, and thinking back to last September when my chairmanship started, well, we were meeting people, we were visiting places, we were visiting events and projects and getting those behind the scenes insights that really is one of the most valuable things about Coventry Warwickshire First. And I'll just quickly run through a little list I've got of the things that we did from September prior to March. We went to the new sports centre at Warwick University, the Myra Technology Institute, Aston Martin at Gaydon, that was fantastic. The McDonald's Restaurant Distribution Centre, Martin Brower's in Coventry. That sounds dull, but it was just so interesting. The Fife's Banana Ripening Plant in Coventry, that was a brilliant event. The Manufacturing Technology Park at Anstey, and we had briefings with West Midlands Mayor Andy Street and with Coventry Rugby Club MD and Director of Athletic Thinking, Nick Johnston. But the Fife's Banana Ripening Plant, that was the real standout, I have to say. The guy who showed us around there, he was just so enthusiastic. And incidentally, I think his name was Eric, which was the name of the character in the cartoon series. But he'd been there for decades, and he was telling us that prior to the 1990s, the bananas were packed in crates out in the fields, in open crates. So when they were unpacked at Walsgrave Triangle, a bit worryingly just behind Toys R Us, there were all sorts of exotic and venomous animals would come out. And this guy, he'd been bitten on the face by a tarantula that was in a bunch of bananas he'd been holding on his shoulder. And he seemed absolutely thrilled about that, absolutely delighted. But he was upstaged because up steps one of our members, Gavin Bates. Gavin is an insolvency practitioner, and he tells us that whilst he was a student, some decade prior to the 1990s, he had a summer job, and his summer job was in a fruit wholesaler's, and he was given a cricket bat, and when they unpacked the cases, his job was to squash all the critters that came scuttling out. So I think that was good experience for life in insolvency and business turnaround, squashing unpleasant animals.
Yeah, so well, you get around a bit, don't you? By the way, just to say that Cheryl Rawbone from Gallagher's has just said that Justin Welby used to be the vicar at Southam Church. Who knew? It's brilliant.
That actually is connected with what caused part of the confusion, but yeah.
There you go, Your Grace. Obviously, that took us up to the lockdown, 23rd of March. You will forget, we were suddenly all told to stay at home. But you and the committee and the board, you carried on. Tell us, what have you been doing through those summer months?
Well, yeah, we did have things planned already, of course, and the main thing was the FirstPro Awards at Coombe Abbey. That was scheduled to go ahead on the 2nd of April. As I say, I've been having recurring nightmares since you said that you wouldn't have been available to do the comparing that night. And incidentally, Dave, how are you now? How you recovered?
Yeah, I'm not too bad. I've got a little bit of what they call in the long COVID, the fatigue and that sort of thing. So hopefully I'll make it through, but I'm all right. Thanks for asking.
Well, I'm hoping I might acquire some of your antibodies, but anyway, let's not go into that too close.
I'll leave some on the door handle as I go out.
Yeah, that'd be good. So yeah, we were all set to go at Coombe Abbey, and I really have to say just how appreciative we are of the support that we had from their general manager, Ron Terry, and everybody there, because they helped us to make what at the time seemed like a difficult decision. We were, should we, shouldn't we? And they helped us to make the right decision. And ultimately, when we are able to return to physical events and we can do those gatherings again, we really owe it to them to get back there, because the hospitality sector, they've just been cut off at the knees, and they will then need our support, and we need to be there for them. But Dave, you were asking about, what have we been doing during the summer months? Well, when lockdown started, the first thing we did was we went online, like a lot of organisations, and we had informal sessions, Q&A sessions around what was happening. Everybody was in survival mode. Everything was uncharted territory. So with a sort of panel of board members representing HR, accountancy, banking, legal, insolvency, because that was one of the hot topics, still is, of course, but that was one of the hot concerns. We were providing a kind of self-help group, really, supporting one another, sharing experiences, and that was fantastic. And as people grew more accustomed and a bit more confident, we moved that to sort of themed speakers. We've had 10 of these sessions now. During the lockdown, we've heard from Laura Schoaf, who's the MD at Travel West Midlands, and this was at a time when the transport infrastructure was keeping going, just about the only thing that was operating. Trish Willits, the manager of Coventry Bid, she spoke to us before retail was opening up about how that was going to work. We had Professor Andy Hardy, who's the Chief Executive Officer, CEO of Coventry and Warwickshire Hospitals Trust. So, some absolutely fantastic speakers. Our next event, which is coming up on the 20th of November, we've got a Q&A session with Nadeem Zahawi. He's the MP for Stratford, and he's also Under Secretary for State for Business and Industry. So, that's going to be more enlightenment. And I suspect we might actually move on to a topic of Brexit with him rather than just purely COVID related. So that will be refreshing.
Well, it looks like you've been very busy, and I know that you've got plans coming up. We hope that we're going to come out of lockdown. We hope that we're going to get back to in-person events, but plenty planned for the future as well, John?
Well, yeah, there's so much been going on. I think what I will say, just before I go on to look at what we've got coming up and got to look forward to, is just how appreciative I have been of the support of the board, because that's what's made this happen. They've been the impetus for it. And in particular, Lorraine Francis, our administrator, because without Lorraine, none of what has been happening would have happened. This is, I can see Tracy clapping, so yeah, that's well deserved. And yeah, this is the point in the proceedings at which I would probably invite Lorraine to come up on stage to join us, and I'd present her with a bouquet of flowers or something else equally old hat anachronistic. But Lorraine, I hope that you have received something today that I think you'll be opening after this session has ended, and I hope that you enjoy the fruits of it, because it comes from me and the board members with our very grateful thanks for everything that you have done to keep us going and to keep us relevant to members. That's been the critical thing. Yeah,
I want to echo my thanks to you as well, Lorraine. We were going to do a wind up on you. John and I were just suddenly going to go and pretend we'd frozen so that you would have to take over, but we wouldn't do that to you, because we know how much hard work you've put into it. Thanks, Lorraine.
If it does happen, she'll just sit there. She won't do anything.
Well, we'll ask Tracy Hudson to take over. Just a quickie then, John. We've got the trophies here. You're going to be delivering them later on when lockdown 2 has ended here.
Yeah, sorry, Dave. I'm sorry, interrupted. I was going to just say, the things that we've got coming up. I got a bit distracted with my thanks to Lorraine there. So just the things that I've been thinking about when we can get back to physical venues and stuff like that. And I've got a list. Probably would have been easier to have done this on PowerPoint, sorry, but the list is the completion of the UK Battery Industrialisation Centre, so that's something that's happened. There's a new hospitality venue opened at Piero Lounge in Nuneaton. I know they're really keen to welcome us over there, and that would be a great fun event. Innovation Campus at Lotus Cars, so a bit more elite motor car there. A creative and digital hub has opened at 1 Mill Street in Leamington Spa. Megit UK, massive international company. Their UK headquarters and technology centre at Prospero Park in Anstey. Belgrade Theatre, the opening of the Telegraph Boutique Hotel, something that's very important. And Dave, in Nuneaton, HelloFresh have opened their second national distribution centre. Wow. And those really interesting things that we could go and see. We've got the refurbishment of Coventry Railway Station, Friargate 2, that work begins next week. Not many people know about that. There's HS2 and the interchange, the hub. So there's lots of stuff where I think people are going to be wanting to welcome us in and to show us what they've been doing and what we've all been missing out on seeing over the last 6 months.
Brilliant. So much going on in this area. So well done to everybody. Keep up the good work and keep hopeful that we'll be able to bounce back certainly in the new year and have some nice live meetings together. John, just before you mention those things, I was talking about the trophies. I know you've got them with you there. Can you give us a sneak preview without giving too much away about the winners? Yeah, we've got one there.
That's what one looks like.
There we go.
Transparent, that always works on camera.
Brilliant, yes, fantastic. So they'll be making their way to our winners once lockdown is over. So the judging process was incredibly hard. I've got a list of the judges here. I've got Jamie Skeldon, of course, I've mentioned, who's from our headline sponsor, Prime Accountants. Graham Brown, in his role as the editor of the Coventry Telegraph. He's moved now. Of course, it's been so long since we planned these awards. He's at the Birmingham Mail. Paige Easterlow, who was the chair of the Young Professionals Network, and of course yourself, John, you were a judge. The process must have been really, really hard.
Well, it was, and it does seem a long time ago now. It was in this room where I am at the minute, actually. And things have moved on to the stage where Paige, since then, has married and is expecting Charles. So very great congratulations to Paige. That's some wonderful news to share with everybody. And apologies to Paige if you weren't expecting me to do that, but you did say that I could tell the board members, and once I've told the board members, everybody else would know anyway. So, but yes, it does seem a long time ago now. It was tough, it was good. We have stuck with our original decisions. So these decisions were taken in March. We have stuck with those, not least because we had the trophies engraved in March. So I've dug them out of the shed. I'm assisted by my daughter, Hannah, so there's no social distancing required there. She's going to pass them to me, hopefully in the order in which they are revealed.
Brilliant. And I should say that Hannah's not the only job she's got today. I'm assuming that when the lights went out, it was Hannah that started doing this to get them to come back on again. And that's going to happen in my room as well, isn't it?
It is. She's been and put 50p in the meter. Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say, don't you pay your
bills? A few
bills?
more minutes, Dave.
Meeting rooms
She
here.
won't understand what that means, 50p in the meter.
Brilliant. Well, look, we've got through all of that now. It's the time you've all been waiting for. It is the FirstPro Awards 2020. Time to go through the categories. We've got 8 of them to celebrate your excellence and your achievements. So well done, especially to the companies who have gone through lockdown and are emerging now successfully. It has been tough. We know that there have been many challenges, but we are going to celebrate your successes. John mentioned this was all done a long time ago, but we're here now. And first up, first award is the Best Use of Technology Award. It's sponsored by City Fibre. I would say, by the way, I've just been given another, who knew? This one's from Daffen's. Brian King, the tax partner, was an advisor to Coronation Street when Lloyd, the taxi driver, faced a HMRC inquiry. Who knew? Thanks for sending these in. I digress. City Fibre, John, you'll want to say something about them.
Yeah, well, it's just so appropriate, isn't it, that City Fibre are sponsoring the Best Use of Technology, because they're so involved in the fibre rollout in Coventry and or in our region, and also Coventry's status as a gigabit city. They're not members, but they are great supporters of Coventry and Warwickshire First. They sponsored our awards last time round, and they were the first to sign up for sponsorship this time. So enormous thanks to Lee Hunt and her team. So thank you all at City Fibre.
Thank you, City Fibre. So there was some criteria that the judges had to judge against for the Best Use of Technology Award, and the criteria, just so that you know, is the impact on the bottom line, the effective communications that you put into practice, and the effectiveness and efficiency of the new technology. Now, we managed, or you managed to narrow it down to 3 finalists, who are Armstrong's Chartered Accountants, yay! Bromwich Hardy, good luck, and Burgess and Bullock, 3 brilliant finalists. John, tell us who is the winner.
Okay, well, on behalf of the sponsor, City Fibre, I can reveal that the FirstPro 2020 Best Use of Technology category winner is Burgess and Bullock.
Congratulations. What did the judges say about our winner?
Well, what turns out to have been really appropriate is that as judges, we were impressed by the fact that this all relied on cloud-based technology and the fact that things could be done remotely and that we could all be working at home, and it allowed clients to interact remotely. So that seemed like, you know, a wonderful idea and something that everybody should be thinking about. So how time moved on. Brilliant.
Well done to Burgess and Bullock. So we're off and running. I said we'd get fast paced and we'll have some fun along the way as well. So we've got our first award done and dusted. Our second one is the Contribution to the Community Award. It's sponsored by Integrity Wealth Solutions. And John, they've sent me a who knew. They say that they have an open plan office and they have office desks in banks of 6. And every December, each of those banks of 6 are invited to decorate the desks as tacky as possible with Christmas decorations. Plus, on the last day of the year, before they break up, they also have a fancy dress competition. Last year, they all came as presents. They've done all sorts of things, including the nativity. I'm not sure whether you guys are going to be able to do something this year. Who knows? But thank you for your sponsorship, John. I know you want to echo my thanks for their sponsorship.
Yeah, absolutely. So, it's thanks to Integrity Wealth. Again, very relevant sponsors because their MD, Martin Lindsay, he's very active in supporting local communities and causes. So thank you again, Martin, for your support in sponsoring this category.
Brilliant. Okay, but let me tell you what the judging criteria was. It was the difference that was made to an individual or organisation, or the impact on the wider community, this being the Contribution to the Community Award, and of course the level of time, skills and support that was given as well, obviously free of charge. So that was the criteria. Our finalists are, and I have them here, and there are 3 of them: Gallagher Coventry, yeah! Lodders Solicitors, good luck guys, and Risk Evolves, well done for being a finalist. There can be only one winner though. John, tell us, who is our winner?
Yeah, I mean, it's always such a good category as this, and so difficult to compare the fantastic initiatives that the finalists bring. But the winners of the FirstPro 2020 Contribution to the Community Award, sponsored by Integrity Wealth, is Lodders Solicitors.
Yeah! You know what? I'm getting some really funny looks from the security in the office here. What I'm doing, sitting here dressed like this and blowing that hooter. But Lodders are our winners, John. And what did the judges say? Well done to them, of course.
Absolutely, really, really well done. The judges were particularly impressed with what Lodders have done in their, if we can call it this, South Warwickshire patch. Very localised, a charitable foundation. Has raised £50,000 over 3 years. So wonderful effort. Well done to all the finalists. In fact, well done to all the entrants in this category. So terrific. Everybody doing their part. But particular congratulations to Lodders.
Brilliant. Well done. John, my light's gone out. Hang on. That's it. Come back on again now. Just put the money back in. Well done to Lodders. Do you think we've got a future in this game, you and I, as Anton Deck?
You did have.
That's just been...
Oh, I never had. Sorry.
That's been snatched away by the lighting.
Yeah, never worked with animals, children or half-wits, Dave. You should know.
Moving on then. Deal of the Year, which includes property. It's sponsored by our friends at HB&O, Harrison Beale and O. They've sent me a couple of these fantastic... who knows? They had a famous client. It was a certain English actress. Right, I don't understand this, but they've got a famous client, a certain English actress who works with another HBO TV channel on a show set in Westeros and recently married a famous American singer actor with 2 brothers, Kevin and Nick. So it's not a case of who knew, it's who knows. Who is that? Who is their famous client? That's the clue. Another famous client of theirs, Martin Johnson, the retired Rugby England captain, who had to duck to get through the doors at HB&O. But I'd love to know who the other one was. If you know, pop it in the chat. Anyway, great sponsor, HB&O, John.
Absolutely. Once again, long-term members, long-term supporters, Harrison Beale and Owen, accountants. The category is a particularly important category to investor confidence in the region. And that really was demonstrated by the finalists that we had. So, yeah, thank you, HB&O.
Yeah, thanks, guys. And if anybody knows the answer, in fact, if HB&O are here, pop it in. Who is that famous person? There's a confidentiality issue here, isn't there? Because they can't put it in, but I'm going to try and Google it later anyway. Deal of the year, the criteria which was set by the judges was the deal groundbreaking and innovative? They asked, were there any particular challenges? I'm sure there were. And they also said, what is the likely impact of the deal? So we have 3 finalists, and they are Bromwich Hardy, yay, good luck guys. Cartwright Hands, well done for making it to the finals. And Gallagher Coventry, yay, well done. 3 finalists, well worthy, but there can only be 1 winner, John. Tell us who it is.
There is, and the winner of FirstPro 2020 Deal of the Year, sponsored by HB&O, is Bromwich Hardy.
Fantastic. Can I just say, Lorraine, what a fantastic horn. If you know what I mean. Well done to our winner. What did the judges say, John?
Well, the judges were particularly impressed by the way that partner James Brooks at Bromwich Hardy had pulled together the acquisition project to make the Telegraph refurbishment come off. He made it happen. So something so iconic, something unique to Coventry, and on time for City of Culture as well. So brilliant.
Fantastic. Well done to them. People have given me an answer to that clue from HB&O. They're saying Sophie Turner. Who knew? Famous person on their books. Well done to you. I've got another one here actually from Daffins actually. Andy Buick from Corporate Reporting appeared in Anton Deck's first ever evening TV show in 2001 as a chef. Who knew? What was he doing on Anton Deck as a chef? Anyway,
he was getting ready to crumble.
Tracy Hudson will surely have a few news in her locker. She'll be adding them in the chat. Add them in the chat, everybody. Networking there as well. Next up, 4th award, New Emerging Startup Award, sponsored by Nimbus. Tell us about Nimbus, John, and thank them for their sponsorship.
Well, yeah, we're particularly pleased that Nimbus have sponsored this category because they've been great supporters of our event since they joined. What they do is now so very relevant to business and business needs, which is cloud IT systems. Seems like that's been a bit of a theme, bit of a thing now. So thank you very much indeed to Nimbus for your support. And just a private quick hello to Natasha, who used to work at Band Hat and Button in business development and marketing. So hi, Natasha, and really thrilled that you're enjoying your time at Nimbus so much.
Brilliant. And there's some really great humour coming in the chat as well. Let's ready to crumble was that one from the chef. Love all that. Keep your eye on the chat, everybody. There's some great things going on there. Well done. So, New Emerging Startup. That's a company or business that's been set up within the last 3 years. We're judging against the following criteria: their rate of growth, of course, whether they demonstrated a new approach, new process, or some new product or something that came to market, and their ability to adapt, particularly overcoming hurdles and drawbacks. And I'm sure there will be many. There are 3 finalists, and they are, drumroll please, CM Talent, yay, good luck to you. The Risk Advisory Service, woohoo, and Unit 2 Games, good luck to all 3. John, only 1 winner.
Indeed, and the winner of the new / emerging startup category for FirstPro 2020, sponsored by Nimbus, is Unit 2 Games.
Unit 2 Games, fantastic, well done to them. Commiserations to the other finalists, of course, you did so well to get this far. Tell us a little bit about Unit 2 and what the judges thought of their entry.
Well, there were some very eclectic entries, which really goes to show what a diverse business sector we've got in this region. But Unit 2, a truly world-class startup, attracted huge amounts of outside investment and adding to the general excitement of what is a very important sector in Leamington Spa. So they were very worthy winners. And it would be really great, Unit 2, if at some time in the future, Richard Smithies, if we could host one of our events at your place, because there is so much interest and so much commercial value in what you do and what you bring into the region. So we would love to come and see you if you could host us.
Fantastic, great idea. Let's hope that invitation gets taken up. You mentioned Nuneaton earlier, and
that's an offer, definitely.
Oh, he is.
Oh,
yes.
Yeah.
Well, the person speaking there is Natalie Griffith.
Yeah, I know. I don't know why. Natalie somehow got hold of our Zoom account. Natalie's on the call as well.
Yeah, I have no idea why it says Richard is me, but thank you very much, everybody.
Oh, brilliant. Thank you, guys.
Right.
Yeah. We're really, really grateful. We recently won Best Places to Work award in the UK games industry as well. So really, really grateful. Thank you.
Oh, that's terrific, Richard. Thank you. Thank you very much indeed.
Brilliant. Oh, gosh, I thought we'd been hacked then when they came on with those imposter names and everything like that. You mentioned Leamington there. You mentioned Nuneaton earlier, which is where I was born. I've lived in Leamington and Warwick for many years. They call it Silicon Valley of the UK because of the games industry. Well done to you guys. Nice to see you on the call as well. Congratulations, Richard, and everybody else involved. Well, we are racing along at some pace here. Next up, our 5th award, the People's Excellence Award. It's sponsored by Shakespeare Martineau. They sent me a couple of Who News as well. Hi, Dave. They say our longest serving team member has been with us for 30 years. When you join our team, you join a family. Well, I don't know about that. It sounds to me like the lyric of an Eagles song. You can check out any time at all, but you can never leave. It's what it sounds like to me at Shakespeare Martineau. They have a team scrum, did you know, every week where they throw a little mini rugby ball to each other, and the person who catches it has to say how the week's been for them. That's how they do feedback. Not sure they're doing the socially distanced team scrum just at the moment, but when they get back in the office, that's what they'll be doing. Who knew? Shakespeare Martineau, great company, John.
Absolutely. A national firm of solicitors with international reach, but very much invested in the local economies in our region. I did see an image of Andrew Smith earlier, and he hasn't disappointed because judging by the head and shoulders shot, he is wearing his kilt. I won't tell you why I know he's wearing his kilt, but it looks like he is. And if he's at home, I imagine his children are saying, "Daddy, where's your trousers?"
Well, absolutely, and what's under the kilt, but we won't go there not till after the watershed, John. So the People's Excellence Award is all about how a company recognises their staff, looks after their staff, that sort of thing, and the support that they give to their own talent. And in fact, I've got the criteria. It's all to do with things like training, mentoring, and coaching programs, recruitment programs, team building, incentive programs, and of course apprenticeship schemes, and the way they engage with employees, and of course look after their well-being. And there were 3 finalists in this category, well worthy finalists, and they are Band, Hat and Button, Gallagher Coventry, and Prime Accountants Group. Now, you're a finalist in this, which is rather awkward. I'm assuming you didn't judge this category at all, John?
No, I recused myself as a judge. Nobody would want to be accused of shenanigans. So it's all up front. It's all above board.
Yes. So you'll be looking forward to winning this one then?
Yes, I'm confident that there's been some very good voting.
Yes, with no reference to the elections on the other side of the pond. I'm sure you've asked for several recounts. So there are 3 finalists, John. Your company is one of them. Please tell us who the winner is.
Well, no recounts are required. And the winner of the FirstPro 2020 People Excellence Award, sponsored by Shakespeare Solicitors, is Prime Accountants.
Well done to Prime. John, you must be gutted. What can I say? To not be able to present yourself with the award, but Prime Accountants, I mean, they're brilliant, aren't they? And the judges must have agreed.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I wasn't part of the judging process for that, but I am told that what impressed the judges so much was, well, it's something which is very important at the moment, or has become even more important, which is their attention, their concern for the physical and mental well-being of their staff across 3 offices. So that's really important at the moment. So well done, congratulations to everybody at Prime.
Yeah, congratulations. Loads of things being said in the chat about all of our finalists and winners. Thanks for contributing. I try and keep an eye on the chat, but it whizzes by so quick. But do keep it there. You can save the chat as well. Lorraine will save it, and we're going to probably do a blog about all the comments, especially if you've got a who knew for us as well. Well done. Commiserations to our other finalists. Next up, we are now on our Team of the Year award, which of course was Liverpool, wasn't it? Sorry, not that I'm a Liverpool fan, but I'm a football fan. No, Team of the Year, sponsored by Daffins. Now, Daffins have gone crazy with the Who News. I've got another one here. Karen Keeling, who's a tax director from Daffins, was once bought a bottle of wine by the Spice Girls. She doesn't say why, but that's her claim to fame. Who knew?
I bet it was Lamborghini.
Probably some cheap stuff. I wonder why she's been given it. Anyway, Team of the Year, sponsored by Daffins. They're a good bunch, aren't they? Obviously up for a laugh, aren't they?
Absolutely. And another long-term supporter of Coventry and Warwickshire First, inaugural members, I think. And Daffins have long led the way as strategic advisors to their business clients. So it's very appropriate that they're sponsoring the Team of the Year, teamwork being so important to delivering strategy in businesses. I'm sure that in normal times, Martin Gibbs or Paige Easterlow would have been delighted to have presented this award themselves, but unfortunately, that's not to be this evening.
No, indeed. And with so many people working from home, you know, being part of a team and connecting on Zoom, everything's changed for us all. Ian McKinney has just said he had to disappear off because he's got to give his child his pajamas. This is kind of the new world we're living in. It's just incredible. And how teams stick together through this is remarkable. So we are on the Team of the Year award. The judges were saying the value that team delivered to the business, evidence of good teamwork, collaboration, and of course team spirit, and how they combined their talent. And there were 3 finalists again, and they are, drum roll, Gallagher Coventry, well done to you guys, Integrity Wealth Solutions, good luck, and Shakespeare Martineau, well done, but only one winner, John.
There is. And so on behalf of the sponsors, Daffins Accountants, I can reveal that the winners of FirstPro 2020 Team of the Year are Gallagher Coventry. Ian McKinney has missed it for his son's pyjamas, but there we are.
Such is life. Well done. A worthy winner. Unfortunate for the other finalists, but the judges, they picked out some particular things about this winner. Yeah,
absolutely. What it really came down to was the team ethic in their Coventry office. They're a very big international organisation, but the Coventry group are made to feel like they're a local team pulling together for their own mutual interests. So that was what stood out about Gallagher Coventry.
Well done to Gallagher. Now, interestingly, they're all tough categories, but this was particularly tough. So I think you've got another announcement.
Yeah, that's right. It was very, very close, and Integrity Wealth only just missed out. And we don't often do this. I think it has happened in previous years, but not every year. And recognising good teamwork is so important. We wanted to let that be known that Integrity Wealth were very, very deserving, or very close winners, deserving runners-up, by way of a special commendation. So there's no trophy, I'm afraid, guys, but there is a Marks and Spencer's voucher on its way to Martin Lindsay's email account. And so maybe that will get some Percy Pigs for everybody in the team, or will it get Martin a nice bottle of champagne? We'll see how much of a team player he really is.
He'll be keeping them to himself, bless him. Well done, Integrity, on running up. Well done, Gallagher's. By the way, I've got another one of our Who News from Gallagher's, and it says, "Hi Dave, Ian McKinney," we've been mentioning him, who's also on the board, of course. He won an episode of 15-1 on TV. He didn't get to the final because he got 2 easy questions about musical theatre wrong. So we won't be having you as our phoner friend. So who knew? Brilliant. Well done. Now, 2 awards to go, and these both recognise individuals. So a departure from what we're used to. The first one is an Outstanding Achievement Award, and of course it's sponsored by your company, John, Band Hatton Button. Have you got an unusual fact about your company? Something, a name drop you can give us?
Well, it's another name drop that I was involved in, as it happens, but back in 1992, and I know it was 1992, we represented the then Prime Minister John Major, Paddy Ashdown and Boutros Ghali in court proceedings in Coventry. And that gave me the opportunity to introduce myself to the judge as being the solicitor representing the First Lord of the Treasury, the Right Honourable John Major MP. But of course, at the time, Paddy Ashdown was known as Paddy Pantsdown, and that's the that it's difficult to shift out of your mind. So there was a real risk there, grave risk of another Spoonerism, but a bit more name dropping from me there.
Brilliant. I have the same problem with Band Hatton Button. I keep saying Band Hatton. I'm just trying. I'm trying.
Try BHB. That'll do.
I could do that next time. BHB. Why didn't I think of that? It's not in the script. Lorraine, make a note, please. BHB in future. Outstanding achievement, John. I mean, this could be anything. The criteria is about business growth, innovation, activities that make the professional services sector here in the Midlands and Coventry and Warwickshire stand out nationally. It could be a leadership role. It could be how they develop younger talent. This person has had a tremendous impact. Tell us who it is.
Well, I can't do the usual sort of gradual reveal for the identity of the winner of this award because he is so well known to so many people that a lot of people on the call would guess it straight away and probably even before him. So straight to it, the winner of the Outstanding Achievement Award 2020, sponsored by Band Hatton Button, is Chairman of Coventry and Warwickshire LEP, Nick Abel.
Well done, Nick.
I think Nick's on the.
I didn't see that one coming, chaps. I'm singularly underdressed.
But we can't see you, Nick, so that's probably a good thing. Oh, there you are. I can see you. Yes, Nick. First of all, I must point out that this award is not like so many others of its type. It's not a valedictory award. It's in the here and now, and it's to do with what you're doing at the moment, and it's to do with the fact that you're still a universally respected corporate commercial property lawyer, chairman of the law firm Wright Hassel, and as managing partner, you took that firm through to its national reputation that it enjoys now. And it's those experiences which have enabled you to take on the chairmanship of the Coventry and Warwickshire LEP. You were made chairman in April 2020. Through that, you're representing the LEP and local businesses in our region at the West Midlands Combined Authority Investment Board. Fantastic. You've also been involved in bringing some of the most exciting inward investment into this region in the UK Battery Industrialisation Centre, where you're a non-executive director. So absolutely fantastic achievements there, all very current and happening now. On top of that, Nick is truly passionate about community and cricket, in particular cricket. Community, he holds a number of trusteeships of Stratford Charitable Trusts. Cricket, is the chairman of Stratford upon Avon Cricket Club and the Warwickshire Pilgrims. And I think Nick would probably confess that in truth, his true ambitions probably always lay with cricket, but you've had to make do, Nick, with your current achievement in delivering all those other roles and influences that you have, because that's what this award represents. So very hearty congratulations to you.
Well done, Nick.
Dave, can I just say thank you to you for this? This is completely, I knew nothing about this. And if I could just say for 30 seconds, thank you for not mentioning my appalling golf. I I would say, though, that spending my entire business career virtually in this part of the country has been very rewarding. I've made some great connections and some great friends. And my current role as chairman of the LEP is absolutely perfect, because there's nothing better than representing one of the best regions of the country and trying to attract inward investment. And I must just say a big thank you to everybody who's helped me at Wright Hassell, but also to the current executive team at Coventry and Warwickshire LEP, who do an absolutely outstanding job and were overlooked for one of these awards just over 12 months ago. So thank you very much indeed for making up for that in more ways than one. I'm ever so grateful. Thank you.
Fantastic.
Thank you. Thank you, Nick. And well, I just wonder, with that piano in the background, maybe at the end of the awards, you can play us out. I mean, that would just be the perfect end for us. Or maybe not.
Fortunately not.
Someone's already mentioned that you're a Tigers fan, and then they've said, come on, you Wash. You see, the banter is in the chat. Have a look at the chat. You're getting some congratulations and a little bit of banter as well, Nick. Listen, huge congratulations. We heard mention there that Nick is part of the Coventry Warwickshire LEP, the new chair. And our final award, of course, is for the Young Professional of the Year. And that is sponsored by the LEP. And we've actually had one of your Who Knew facts sent in, that the Coventry Warwickshire LEP is #1 of the 38 LEPs in England for its foreign investment strategy. #1 out of 38. So well done to the LEP. And I know, John, you want to say a few words about our sponsor as well.
Well, again, it's a measure of the importance, I think, of developing potential and retaining talent, which is what young professionals represent, that the LEP are sponsors of this category. So huge thanks to the LEP and to Paula Diaz and to Nikki Cox for supporting us through the sponsorship.
Fantastic. Yes, thanks for all your support. So we are onto the Young Professional of the Year. Of course, they would normally have their own awards. As I say, since the criteria was set a long time ago, many have grown up and retired since. It seems that long ago, John. But anyway, the judges back then were Martin Reeves, the Chief Executive of Coventry City Council, Paige Easterlow, who you've mentioned, yourself, John, you were on the judges panel, and Ian McKinney, who we've mentioned as well, who's from Gallagher and also Vice Chair of Coventry and Warwickshire First. So very tough for the judges, John. The criteria is slightly different for this category.
It is. As you say, the format is different. The judging panel for this category, we interviewed a dozen or so shortlisted finalists. You've mentioned who the judges were. I think that Ian and Paige and I were quite gentle and nurturing on the candidates. On the other hand, I think being interviewed by the buzzing bundle of energy that is Martin Reeves, Chief Executive of Coventry City Council, imagine that at the beginning of your professional career. But Martin was absolutely brilliant. He was inspirational, he was motivational, and above all, he made damn sure that all of the candidates benefited hugely from the experience. So it was a great, and it was all day. It was a great day.
Fantastic. Well, it is our final award, the Young Professional of the Year. I want to say good luck to all of them. You know, if you can get award winning on your CV early in your career, that's a real head start. And for any of the companies to have award winning or shortlisted finalists is a great piece of what I call bling. So thanks to everybody who's entered. This is our final award, and these are the shortlisted candidates for the Young Professional of the Year. Good luck to all of you. I'm going to go through them all, and then I'll ask you, John, to reveal the winner. It's Belpre Dillon at Integrity Wealth Solutions. She's been working in financial services for over 3 years, and she's an independent financial consultant. And outside of work, she does volunteering work for a homeless charity. Good luck to you, Belpre. Amy O'Keefe from Assets. She's Coventry Board Chartered Certificate Accountant, who's responsible for 150 client relationships. She's a keen follower of SAS Who Dares Wins and can be found in the gym deadlifting weights, and also enjoys travelling. Good luck to you, Amy. Aaron Kerr from Coventry University. She's a solicitor there, nominated by her former employer, Foster's Kelly Solicitors, and away from work enjoys Japanese culture photography and ice skating. Good luck to you. Matthew Riding from Manda Hadley is a solicitor in the commercial property sector, and that team, its expertise includes commercial leases. And Matthew instigated Manda Hadley's Three Peaks Challenge, which raised over 5,000 for the air ambulance service. Well done and good luck to you. And finally, it's Naomi Whitfield from Wright Hassel. She's a corporate lawyer at Wright Hassel, sits on the Corporate Social Responsibility Committee, and also an active member of the Social Committee, where she organises film nights and the annual bake-off for Macmillan Cancer Support. They are the finalists. Good luck to all of you. John, I know how tough it was, but there can be only one winner. Please tell us who it is.
Well, it was obviously a difficult task, and you're right to name check all of the finalists there. Martin Reeves, who is a very decisive man, he actually argued for joint winners. Ultimately, though, as a group, as the panel, the judges were exceptionally impressed by the dedication and determination to succeed that drove this winner's career journey. It's a journey that has continued since her nomination by Ulster's Kelly Solicitors. That's the that gave her the opportunity to qualify. She now holds a legal post at Coventry University, and that means that the winner of the Young Pro Award 2020, sponsored by Coventry and Warwickshire LEP, is Aaron Corr. Congratulations, Aaron.
Brilliant. Oh, that's great news. Well done. She'll be made up, I'm sure. What did the judges say?
Well, it was her determination. It really, she was absolutely an inspiration to us, because she had, from a very early age, set her sights on what to her and her family appeared to be an ambitious goal. Absolutely fantastic, but at the same time, very rooted in her community and putting back the support and nurturing that she has had from that community. So those were the elements that impressed us most.
Fantastic. Well done to everyone who was shortlisted, became a finalist, who took part, and of course who won. That is all of our awards. But before I say some final thank yous and goodbyes, we have an exclusive announcement to make. We only got this hot off the press. It's breaking news. I'm going to ask Ian Harrabin to make himself known, unmute himself to reveal some exclusive news. Is Ian there?
Hello. Hello.
There he is. Hello, Ian.
Hello, Ian.
Hello. It's
Good
a
evening.
scoop in newspaper fashion.
Yeah, absolutely. Good to see you
To
again.
hear it. We are opening the Telegraph Hotel on the 4th of December from lunchtime onwards. So we finally announced that we're opening. So COVID's letting us, which is fantastic.
Brilliant.
And I'd just like to say, firstly, thank you to the judges for the award to Bromwich Hardy. There have been calls for a top-end hotel in the city centre for so many years by the business community, and my brother Brian and I have made it a labour of love to make something uniquely Coventry. This is really special. Mid-century hotel with a touch of Coventry history. So fantastic. We're really, really grateful to the city's professional community for all your support over so many years, to Bromwich Hardy for their deal making, to Brinley Twist doing all the legals, and to say thank you. We are also doing another exclusive, which we're offering every member of Coventry First a free night stay between now and Christmas at the hotel on us. So we want you all to come down and hopefully say nice things about us. So,
Fantastic.
finally,
The word I heard there was free.
Yeah, the word there is
make
free.
sure.
We'll be emailing out through Lorraine. It's one per organisation, sadly,
Fantastic.
not one per member of staff. But just finally, I'd like to thank Councillor O'Boyle, particularly at the council, and the council's full support. We'd never have done it without them. It's been the most complicated deal ever that's taken 4 years to pull off. To the Combined Authority and Andy Street in particular for their funding. And finally, my brother, if he is there, you know, together, this has been a long journey and we've finally got there. So hurrah!
Yay!
Superb, Ian, and thank you very, very much indeed. What you've delivered. Brilliant.
Thank you, Ian. Well done. So just to refresh, you can get a free night for one person at the hotel between now and Christmas, or between opening and Christmas. Might I suggest you all go on the same night?
One. You don't have to be alone. You can come as a couple.
Oh, even better. Well, honestly, I think everyone should go on the same night and have a night out around Coventry and then come back to the hotel.
Yeah, come out back to the rooftop bar, have a barbecue, come to the restaurant, have afternoon tea, hang out in the bar.
Fantastic.
We've got big conference facilities. It's super fab. You wait till you see it. You'll be blown away. It really is fantastic.
Brilliant. Well, that is a very happy note for us to end on. And thanks for coming on and giving us that exclusive news and exclusive offer. We've had a bundle of fun this evening. I just want to name check and thank all of our sponsors: Prime Accountants Group, Band Hatton Button, of course, the Coventry Warwickshire LEP, City Fibre, Daffins, HB&O, Integrity Wealth Solutions, Nimbus, and Shakespeare Martineau. Without you, we know we couldn't have done this. Without Lorraine, we couldn't have done this. And without my co-presenter, who has a new career in award hosting.
Hey, thank you for carrying me.
Obviously, I've got to be,
Just be exhausted.
Cleaning your offices. I don't think I'll ever make it as a lawyer.
I'm going to let you out in a minute.
I'm going to say, how do I get out of it? The lights went out again, by the way. I just want to say thank you to everybody who's tuned in, if that's what we say these days. I'm sure we'll all meet again in a live venue. I hope we do. It's a great night when we meet at Kumabi. Thanks for sharing all your who knew facts. Who knew? We will get this video edited, cut and tiled, and we'll share the link so that you can enjoy it again. Fantastic for all our finalists. Well done to all our winners. I suppose, can I be the first to say Merry Christmas?
Oh, no.
Is it too early? It's too early. Thank you, everybody. We said we'd come in just under an hour. We have. Fast-paced, lots of fun, lots of celebrating. But for now, well done, and thank you and good evening.
Thank you, everyone.